Hello, how we are getting on? Back with another video on the channel. Back with a match review of our 1-1 draw last night with Rotherham. I do apologise that it's a little bit late, but I have just been to Belfast for 3 days in the piss and rain and the freezing cold, but had a lovely break away. But last night, Rotherham, we made one change. So we know Bradley Dack went off injured in our previous game against Hull. The one change was Adil El-Sheish came in. So we had Patterson in goal, Trey Hume, Dan Ballard, Logo and Iron, Jensen Seal continuing at right back. We had a midfield three of Jack Clark, Jobe and Roberts on the right hand side, with Adil El-Sheish playing up front. Now again, we go into the game without any strikers playing, which you play on bottom of the league team. They're struggling at home, or they're struggling full stop. They've conceded the most goals in the league, I think, this season, and we go into the game without any strikers. Again, we touched on it before. 3 managers now, all playing the same tactics, the same formation. You can make your own, suggestions out of that, but that just points more to Christian Speakman having more involvement than we think is the case. And then after 15 minutes, Roberts gets injured through trying to clear the ball. He must have pulled something in the back of his leg or his knee. And then we've got the chance to bring a forward on or to bring Pritchard in. And what do? Abdullah Bar. So why is Abdullah Bar always the one who gets a start? Why is he always the one who gets the first one to be put on when there's any substitutions? Again, it's the same tactics as gone before. Nothing's changed under Beale. The same tactics. Get the ball to Jack Clark and hope for the best. The first half last night, again, dominating the ball, which we knew we would against them, but actually created absolutely nothing with it. It was too slow, side to side, nothing in behind, because we've got nobody that will make them runs in behind. Was awful to watch. Like I say, very, very slow, negative. We'll stoop down to their level. They made it stop-start with the free kicks and we'll play right into their hands. And we went in 0-0, having had 60% of the play and not created a single chance. Absolute shocking. It hadn't been for Patterson in the first half, we could have been 3-0 down. I think he made 3 saves in the space of 5 minutes. And that just shows where we are. Chalk and cheese from the whole performance. At half time, you think, right, we're crying out for a centre forward. Before that, Jobe gets booked in the 40th minute for a foul. At half time, you could make a case to be making changes. Jobe's on a yellow card. El-Sheish didn't really get into the game. We do make a change at half time. Now, amongst all our forwards, you've got Russian, who's looked like the most likely to get a goal. And what do? We bring Abdullah Bar on. Now, it's not Abdullah Bar, sorry, Mason Burstow. We bring Mason Burstow on. Now, no disrespect to Mason Burstow, but he's done absolutely nothing since he's came here. He's had one good game against Sheffield Wednesday. Prior to that, in League One, when he's at Charlton, I think he played 9 games, didn't score for them either, mind. So how many games is that now? He's had, 11, 12, 13, 14 games without a goal. But whether is it me, or do I just know absolutely shite all about football? When you bring a centre forward on, you've then got to change the way you play to accommodate the centre forward. But no, we keep with the same tactic of getting the ball to Jack Clark and hoping Jack Clark produces a bit of magic. Surely you've got the likes of Burstow, who was looking to make runs in behind, looking to make runs over the top, and not once do we try and play him in. Now, when our Burstow was getting slated, and he probably only had about 9, 10, under 10 touches when he came on last night, but that's probably because we're not playing to suit a centre forward. We kept on playing the same way. Absolute unbelievable. And again, this is poor tactics from Beale and Dodds and Proctor. Now it gets to 63 minutes, well, before that, sorry, just after half time. Because Jobe's on a yellow card, the ball goes out to the right hand side. Jobe bottles the tackle because he can't get booked again. The player moves inside, it's chipped in, it's headed out by Ekwa into the path of Sam Clucas, and he's absolutely leathered the one on the left foot volley. Great goal, great strike, but could have been avoided because Jobe, like I say, bottled the tackle on the right hand side. So we're getting beat 1-0. Now, substitutions. We put Timothy Pembelly on. Not really sure what that offered or how that kind of affected the game moving forward. Yes, he showed some nice touches when he came on, and he almost scored, but a strange substitution for me. But the one that annoyed me the most was you've got Jobe, who's having another poor game. He's been booked. You've got Ekwa, who looks like he's having a decent game. You know, he's not brilliant, but he's having a decent game. He takes Ekwa off for Pritchard. Now, is it me, or do you think there's something in Jobe's contract to say he's not allowed to be taken off? Again, the Speakman connection. He's played every minute of every game over the Christmas period. Now, no coincidence that his famous brother is in the crowd watching. So to me, that tells me that Speakman has told Beale and Dodds and Proctor under no circumstances do you take Jobe off because his brother is in the crowd. Now, is this famous brother more of a hindrance than a help? Because all the speculation, all the media that came round, Jobe played all them minutes, and to be fair, he didn't set the weather right for me. He was poor last night, really, really poor. He got the booking on 40 minutes. He looked tired. He was getting pushed off the ball, but we leave him on. Ekwa, like I say, a stupid substitution in my eyes. Pritchard, yes, Pritchard should have started along with the centre forward. For me, you could have had Pritchard and Russian. So we keep on playing the same way. You know, out to the left, Jack Clark is trying his best, but you know, time and time again the ball's come in, there's nobody there, or it breaks down because he's got too many people around him. 73 minutes, we'll get a stroke of luck. Pritchard, coincidentally, puts across in the box. What does that tell you? It gets headed out, Jack Clark takes a shot, it takes a deflection and loops into the goal. 73 minutes, you're thinking, right, we've got 15, 20 minutes to go. Can we go on and win the game? We battered them from then on. From then on, we suddenly started to play with more urgency. We started to play a little more quicker. Now, why couldn't we have done that in the whole game? Why does it take us to go a goal down before we start looking as though we want to play and look urgent and start playing with a higher tempo? You play with a higher tempo against these type of sides, you cause them loads of trouble. You move the ball quick, and this is what happens. But Beale comes out after the game and says, we ran out of time. Bollocks to we ran out of time, we started too slow. That's the thing, not run out of time, we were shit for 65, 70 minutes. That's the fact of it. So Beale, I'm sorry, but your tactics were shite. Sorry, Speakman, your tactics were shite. Your substitutions were shite. And we got what we deserved. In fact, did we even deserve a draw? We got lucky. We got lucky against the bottom of the league team. We got lucky. You know, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. I really feel sorry for Jack Clark. And for me, in January, if somebody comes in with a big bid and we lose them, we're fucked. We are, like. Because we'll not replace them. What we've got in the squad is not good enough. We've got 4 strikers there who kind of get a game. When they do get a game, we still play the same way. Like I say, Mowbray, Dodds and now Beale, they're all playing the same tactics. It's plan here, get the ball to Clark, hope for the best. When it doesn't come off, then it doesn't come off. Plus points last night, obviously the fans who travelled all that way, you know, great turnout. But apart from that, like I say, apart from the last 20 minutes, we were poor, and it was awful to watch. It was slow. There was just nout of it all. Plus points, Ekwa, like I say, looks like he's getting back to his best, even though he took him off too early. But I'd love to know what your thoughts are on these, on the way we play for a centre forward, on this Jobe situation, and you know the substitution that we made about centre forwards. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss of what to think next. We've got Preston now, New Year's Day, a team who are also struggling, but depending on how Roberts is playing, we know what will happen. It'll be the same formation, same team. Abdullah Bar will come in for Roberts, when really we should be playing Pritchard and Russian. It'll not happen. But watch out for that coming in the match preview coming tomorrow for the Preston game. But thoroughly disappointed, thoroughly pissed off at the performance last night. If you're serious about getting promoted, which I think we are not, you have to be going to places like Rotherham. Yes, they're decent at home. Yes, they've caused all the top teams problems, but the bottom of the league. So, you know, and you couldn't really tell who was the bottom of the league team based on that performance. So, man of the match for me, Jack Clark would have gotten man of the match probably, just for he's trying his heart out, and he must be getting pissed off. He must be. You know, he's carrying this team. I think I was reading. I read something on social media that we've scored 14 goals away from home this season. Jack Clark scored 10 of them. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It's an incredible stat. The poor kid's got to do it on himself. There's so much pressure on him, and I wouldn't blame him for leaving in January. I really wouldn't. If a Premier League team comes up or a higher Championship team, I wouldn't blame him for going, because he's getting stitched up here. He's having to do all he says. He's getting no help. He's getting no help whatsoever. But let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. New cup, new plug. Just thought I'd plug that as well. Love it. Let us know what your comments are, your thoughts are in the comments below. Watch out for the match preview coming out. But until the next time, sorry for the rant, sorry for the mourning, sorry for the depressing video. But just the way it is at the minute, it's gone from from bad to worse really. But until the next time, we'll see you later. Ta-ra.